So when I named my talk, "We're not a bank, it's not that important," I didn't realize that I would actually hold it in an old bank. But we make exciting solutions all the time, but when it comes to securing them, we tend to devalue and minimize their importance. Security has never been so relevant, and we say we take it seriously. But as a result, best practices are released and updated frequently. But we sometimes base our security on old releases. We ignore the updates. Or it all just feels like overkill. Old, well-known solutions which are less secure gets implemented instead of recommended ones. Or maybe it's when it's time to go back and do improvements, there's just so much else to do. Unless there's an incident or an audit, it just sits there and we forget about it. A lot of time is spent by a lot of people fighting for improved security. And we all hear the same excuses. Let's try to address some of them. One is, we're not that important. We are small fish in a big pond. Well, I mean, attackers don't go through the phone book looking for a target. They've probably never seen a phone book. Instead, they scour anything public-facing for vulnerabilities. They only need to find only one of them needs to find your solution interesting. You also might have a very opportunistic, skillful user that wants to see what it's able to do. If anything, less security is expected in smaller solutions, and you're just proving everyone right. Another thing is that nobody else is doing this. Why should we? Best practices are not cutting-edge tech. You're not an early adopter here. They're based on a bunch of companies' feedback and experiences. The fact that you can't name somebody that does it doesn't mean anyone is. They might be, you just haven't noticed. Besides, it's a very bad excuse to not do it because everyone probably should and will be shortly, so why wait? Well, what we secure is trivial with little or no value. Is it? Try convincing your company to give your stuff away for free and you'll probably be laughed out of the room. It's the information age. It's more valuable than gold. Somebody wants it. There might also be legal liabilities, like GDPR, but we only have 5 minutes, so let's just keep it light. More security means less usability. Our users aren't expecting this kind of solution, and it's not our responsibility to teach them. Let's get one thing straight. Good security is user-friendly. We have every opportunity, and we can and should build user-friendly, secure solutions. If it's limiting or frustrating for the user to use, it's no good. Secondly, users are introduced to new stuff all of the time. What might seem new and unfamiliar at first will seem less so the more they're exposed to it. So the more people that adopt it, the less confusing it becomes. If you do it correctly, or maybe even in increments, they might not even notice. Thirdly, not our responsibility? Then whose is it? Firemen? Airline pilots? The early 2000 British pop teen group S Club 7? Of course it's our responsibility. If the users have been taught anything or have any type of experience, it's because of us. We taught them, no one else. We've learned from our mistakes. We've learned new things. So it's time we go and teach our users and re-educate them. But what about DevSecOps, I hear you ask? Because I could go on, but I only have 5 minutes. Well, I mean, DevSecOps is cool, but it's not revolutionary. It's applying secure best practices to DevOps, avoiding security bottlenecks. If anything, it's about being more knowledgeable and react to security concerns quicker. If our security attitudes stay the same and it doesn't get the necessary focus it needs, no real value is added. So security culture does not work if we don't take what we do seriously. So don't belittle your work. Go through and stay current with the best practices and apply them, especially the base level ones. If it feels like overkill, just remind yourself that what you do matters and holds more value than you think. Stay safe. Thank you.